There are hundreds of rods in Roblox Fish. The majority of them are available to every single player in the game. But there are a small handful of rods that are only given to the people that have made major contributions to the Fish community. There is a Nilcaster, which is given to the testers of the game. There are also the content creator rods given to content creators who made content on certain updates of the game. Both of these requirements require significant effort and time in order to achieve, but there's one rod that matches the exclusivity and rarity of all these other rods and can be obtained by average players like you and me. And that rod is the paintbrush rod. The only way to obtain this coveted rod is to place top 3 within an official Fish art contest. This rod is a testament to an artist's skill, dedication, and flexibility in face of challenges. So there's surely no way that some guy with barely any art experience can join the contest and obtain this coveted rod, right? Well, this is a story of how I joined an official Fish art contest. In order to understand why somebody like me with virtually no art experience would enter such an advanced tournament with such great artists, you have to turn back time to a couple weeks ago.
Flashback.
On my every single reference in Fish series, I found myself researching the paintbrush rod, a rod that I previously did not know even existed, but I found myself entranced by the rarity and the exclusivity of this rod. At that point in time, I was looking for any way in order to gain more attention to my channel, and I thought to myself, if I could have an exclusive rod that only me and a couple other people had, that would bring so much attention to my channel. But that was a dream after all, and it was never gonna come true. Or is it just a dream? Then, 1 week ago, I woke up to a ping on my Discord, and my dream has come true. It was another Fish art contest, but this time for the companion update. I knew this might be my only shot in a long time to obtain this exclusive rod. So I sprang right into action. I looked on YouTube for tutorials on how to line, how to render, and how to color art in order to bring my ideas to life. But I didn't have any ideas yet, and it was gonna take a while for me to think of some. Then, after another sleepless night, I came up with 2 concepts for my entries. One was going to be a Battle Cats inspired companion that will help you fish, and the other will be a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Then, I chose to do the stand because it was more challenging and it was more rewarding if I did manage to win. So I began work. I spent an entire day bringing my concept to life. I tried to ensure that every single line I placed was intentional and was going to serve some purpose in the art piece. That night, while I was laying on my bed, I thought to myself, even if this doesn't work out, I can still use my other concept and have a good entry into the contest. But little did I know, somebody else had that exact idea. The next day, when I woke up and I scrolled through the art contest, I found another Battle Cats entry. And thus, my only way out of this situation had just disappeared. Now, I had 2 choices. Either I could give up on my current drawing, or I could finish it and hope for the best. And because I spent so much time and energy already on this art piece, I knew I couldn't just give it up and let it rot on my iPad. So, I pushed on. Then, a day passed, another day. I spent hours shading, rendering, coloring, layering. The entire drawing was slowly coming together. My concept was on the paper, and then after I added the final touches to my art, I was done. It was over. This is the best I could do, and there's not much else I can add with my current art skills. So what did I feel after I spent so many hours working on an art piece and for it to be finally finished? Was it jealousy? Because somebody had a similar idea for me and executed better than I ever could? Was it gratification that I finally finished this hard art piece? Or was it joy because I finally did something that I thought I could never do in my life, which was create a good art piece? Well, to be honest, it was a mix of everything. I was jealous that somebody had a similar idea as me and was able to execute it hundreds if not thousands of times better than I did. I felt joy knowing that I was finally done undoing and redoing layers that I've done at least 15 times before. And I felt at peace knowing that I accomplished something I thought I couldn't do. It's like the feeling after you climb an insurmountable mountain and you stand on the peak looking down at the vast, beautiful view below you. It's the feeling of gratification after you persevered over a hard challenge. And that's my story of how I joined an official fish art contest. If you want to vote for my entry, please feel free to look at the pinned comment below. If you have any critique of any kind on my narration style or my video editing style, please leave it in the comments. And if you want to see more content from me in the future, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.